So in the last video, we were moving around our little two-way tweeter and high mid pod around the dash in different places on the left side. And then I went and got another tweeter and high mid pod. It had two high mids in it. It was from another speaker unit. And then I put it again at the sail and around the dash. And I also started trying down in the kick area, which is the left footwell, and various positions there. So what was I listening for? Well, at each placement I'd have to retime every single tweeter or high mid that got moved back into time, and then I'd have to listen for spatial placement of the stage, and that can be represented as like a depth field that is a certain distance from you, and the stability of that depth field, and if your center feels like solid or a bit wobbly, and especially you're looking at your mid lefts and a bit further over, because that was the left hand side we were dealing with, and the right hand side was still an A pillar install of the tweeter and high mid. So what I found was this last position, where the tweeter was as far away as it could ever be from me, was the best position for absolute stage depth and stability. And I think the stability has a lot to do with how the high mid and tweeter pod are not being bounced straight at something that can interfere greatly to the direct signal mix, and the glove box is kind of like almost like a shadow or a stopper in some way, and then the footwell carpet is on all of the other sides, so like three sides of a cube basically, and not contributing to any recoloration of the direct signal. And it does actually show up in the impulses that they're all cleaner than other positions. So recap almost over, and I'll just leave this last image where there are two spheres, and one, the inner sphere, is what the pillar depth front of stage looks like, and the outer sphere is what the footwell front of stage looks like. And now we'll just get on with working on the other side. Most of this is about to go. It's a matter of getting rid of all these wires that go this way, and they'll all originate from in here, and the wiring will come out through whichever panel it needs to. So no more abracadabra door wiring. There is actually a few going through some factory grommets when I could be bothered, probably back when it was a two-way 10 years ago. So now it's goodbye. So everybody have a nice good look. This was all 3D printed at one stage, and had to cut it off just for a long trip. Just this whole thing kept getting too big. Every layer made it stick out on a new angle. So I'll just unscrew that, cut these wires first, and then I'll pull a couple of screws here, see if I can keep this bracket there for one last test with just these two units. We'll see how we feel, sort some wires, get on with it.